And all right, speaking of, I don't know, something to get the bad taste out of my mouth. Can you explain more succinctly than I can how the that they managed to put Samoa Joe and MJF in the ring together to do a promo, the two best promos in the company, and it was really bad and really long?
You thought it was really bad.
They're doing a good job with total caca. I don't want to confuse people who can speak well and impart bad material in as verbose a way as possible with what did you like about this?
First of all, in general, just based on what you just said, I agree with the issues with the booking. And I think Joe and MJF, I like the dynamic. I like the interplay. The issue is the booking. The issue is the story. Them as like a weird combination, I like. The idea that I'm wrestling you, so I'm going to be your bodyguard until I wrestle you, not so much. The idea that the lights go out and the devil's friends are there, and this time, it wasn't just 4 of them. There were just
There's 16 of them.
Endless masked men. No one has stopped any of them. That's the bad shit.
When they reveal who the Black Scorpion, I mean the devil is, are we also going to get the names of all 16 henchmen? Is there going to be 16 guys come in with him? How do we never find out?
Should Wardlow also become an MJF bodyguard? Because he wants to wrestle MJF and beat him. Should he defend him until he gets to that point?
Well, he's still probably going to be the devil.
But I thought MJF and Joe were good together. And I thought MJF was good. I think in a lot of ways, MJF's getting back to the MJF on the mic that worked better. Being a bit more dickish as opposed to just an outright babyface. But like I said, the problems with all of this, MJF and Joe themselves and their performances are not the problem.
See, here's it's context and it's the people also involved in what's going on. Samoa Joe's in the ring and the fans are already chanting, Joe, 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 because the company's so fucked up that the most popular baby faces are the heels. But Samoa Joe, and again, the WWE missed the boat big time. I wish maybe Joe's one that got caught in the transition over there. But he's a fantastic heel. He looks, sounds, appears, and comes off like he means business. And he's telling the story, why was everyone assaulted by the devil? We saw it, but when MJF was assaulted, he was found on the ground, and he called MJF out to answer questions. Are you the devil? And when MJF was coming out, I get the idea that the devil thing is going to be MJF's shark jump if they're not real careful. However, but MJF wasn't happy that Joe's accusing him of being the devil. And MJF says that Joe was supposed to protect me, and you're doing a shitty job, right? But here's the thing. MJF said some great things to Joe. He is getting more heelish or prickish or whatever that in that respect, but Joe's the wrong guy to be talking to in that fashion for that long, while Joe just has to stand there and smirk about it, for one thing. Secondly, when MJF says, well, the goons, they didn't lay a finger on you either, Joe, so I don't like you and I don't trust you, so why wait till December 30th for me to end your world? And he starts taking off all of his shit, and Joe's still standing. Why did MJF get that mad that quick? He goes from 0 to 60. Remember, he's done that a lot. When he's trying real hard to get something over, all of a sudden, he got real mad real quick. And then Joe is unfazed by all of this until MJF shoves him. And then Joe gets pissed and gets up in his face. But then suddenly there, as you mentioned, comes the endless parade of goons. And Joe shoves MJF out of the way because he sees him coming from behind. The first 4 or 6 or 8, I think it was about 6 or 8, they hit the ring and Joe and MJF just chuck them back out on the floor, and they all lay on the floor immobile. They get an aerial shot so you can see that They've been thrown to the floor out of the ring, and they're dead. And then 4 more come over the rail and surround the ring. And then here comes maybe another 4 or whatever, and they're all surrounding the ring while the other ones are still laying there immobile. And then the lights go out. This is what I'm saying. You got a great heel that is popular because the other baby faces are fucking bland, and he's a kick-ass. But he's being talked to by this guy that really physically, he should be fucking respecting him a bit more. He's being talked to like a goddamn pissant. But then suddenly this fake and phony and ridiculous angle takes over all the goddamn spotlight and oxygen. And then when the lights go out and the devil comes up on the screen and the words then flash up, where can you go? Who do you trust? And there's a challenge next week for an ROH tag team title match. We saw this before. And MJF accepted, and Joe was upset about it. And then MJF got laid out, and Joe fought off goons. Now they've done the same fucking thing. And when the lights come on, the goons are gone. The fans are silent, if not murmuring. And Joe accepts the challenge. And I wrote, this is so fucking bad. You can't mean to tell me that they wouldn't be better off promoting a singles world title match between Samoa Joe and MJF instead of this goddamn caca. Can you?
Well, I can certainly tell you that there's no reason to bring ROH back into this. We need to admit it, it's sad, but ROH is dead.
They're gone.
It's just another belt on this show, and it's another taping where Tony can pretend he's a booker. But here we are again, MJF and Samoa Joe. It's like 1 step forward, 2 or 3 steps back. They have their match coming up at the pay-per-view. Again, I said it the other day, I don't think this devil thing is anywhere near done, which is scary.
They probably still got to find one.
I would hope they have that figured out. And worst case scenario, it could be Tony. But I think MJF's work itself has been better the last few weeks, and I actually think I got sick of him and Adam Cole, and I know a lot of people loved it. But I like him and Joe together.
Well, we're not done with MJF now, though, in the program. There's going to be more later on, and you still feel the same way?
I thought that was an all right segment that went on for a while. See, the problem is a lot of these things are good, but they're good in like 90-second increments. Unfortunately, they go on for...
It's good when you fuck the love of your life and you come.
In 90-second increments, yes.
And then you keep fucking for another 25 minutes, and it's, oh my God, now it's like, please give me oxygen.
Well,
do
Jim,
you do that?
I don't do that, but they say love comes in spurts. What does AEW come in?
Well, it comes in bits and pieces.